How you what? It's your girl Connie, and you are back watching another episode of A Freed Mind, where we take back the control of our minds and our reality. To all my free minders, if you would please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. On my old free minders, I love y'all and I thank y'all so much for all the support that y'all be giving me. Okay, love it. And we're gonna get straight into this episode. Today, I want to do something a little bit different. I I've been hearing lately, like in my environment, that I need to journal, right? And I'm like, I just be cringing at the fact of like journaling for some reason. I don't know, but I just figured I should probably try it. So I tried it, and I want to kind of read to y'all what I journaled about because I feel like it has a lot to do with the topic of today's episode. This is something that I'm doing that's new. If y'all like it, because I also feel like it's going to allow y'all to get to know me better. So if y'all like it, let me know in the comments how you feel about me reading my little journal entry that I created for my first time today, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and read it to y'all so we can get straight into it. Period. Okay. So I've always looked at women who had clear, smooth, even skin, long, pretty hair, glossy lips, nice clothes, women who smell good, just look good, they aura all that, and just wanted to be just like them. Something about them just made me think, wow, look at how beautiful she is. I could feel it was their energy, but I told myself it was her physical appearance. I definitely felt a bit disconnected and had no clue how to become someone like her. I would see her in public and wish to be her. I used to look at my older sister like that. I admired her, and to me, she was her. In a house of three other girls, I was the youngest and most overlooked because the oldest got the most attention and the second one was bad as shit. Then, turning into the middle child, I became overlooked even more. So that's to say, I lived with women all my life, but was never taught how to be one or what one looked like. So to see a real one in public was like seeing God for the first time. Something in me just wanted to be a beautiful, confident woman who walks in a room and her energy catches everyone's attention. It wasn't until 2017 that I could actually formulate in words what I wanted, and that was to be my highest self, her. I said by the time I'm 21, I'll be her. I studied my friends, how they dressed, how they talked to boys, how they took care of themselves, type of hairstyles they wore, the businesses that they had, pretty much everything about them, and I copy and pasted. 21 came and I cried on my birthday because I knew I still wasn't her. In all actuality, I was really far from being her. Even more work needed to be done for me to get to her. Fast forward to now, I maintain new hairstyles, new clothes, a nice car, stable home, job, but still, that's not going to get me anywhere near her. I've created I've created morning routines, take my supplements, do my hygiene, my affirmations, exercising regularly, consistency and productivity with my podcast. And even this wasn't enough until I learned about this one specific law of the universe. This law of the universe is called the law of one. As you guys can tell by my journal entry, you can tell that everything that I was thinking about how to become this person was everything external. I never talked about, not once in my journey of trying to become her, how to deal with something within. I'm doing affirmations, morning routines, exercising, copy and pasting what my friends do onto my life as if that's going to work, doing all these different things outside of me in my 3D reality, hoping that at some point I'm going to get to be able to be this person that I want to be, that I see myself to be. We all have a higher self that we see ourselves to be, we know that we can be this person that has, morals, standards, principles, all these different things, right? And a lot of times we talk about manifesting and everything like that. And you can manifest yourself to be this person. Yes, you can. But with this one specific law called the law of one, it took me until a few weeks ago to truly understand what that law meant and how it relates to my highest self. Okay, so I found this definition on the law of one society.com, and it pretty much just says, what is the law of one? The law of one simply states that all things are one, that all beings are one. And so when you kind of go deeper into the understanding of what this law means, it's simply saying that everything is connected. Everything is also happening at the same time. There's different levels of experiencing life. Everything, the past, the present, and the future is all happening all at once. The time is really an illusion, right? Time is just an illusion that our minds create. And so my thing is that, like, for the longest I kept thinking, like, man, I cannot wait to finally get to my future highest self. Like, she looks like this, she talks like this is her beliefs, this is how she feels, this is what she thinks, this is what she does on a daily basis. Like, I have it written down to a T what my highest self looks like, thinking, okay, at some point I'm going to get to her, right? Until I understood this simple law, the law of one, and I thought to myself, well, if this is a law of the universe, right? And I am the type, I like the laws of the universe because they're actual laws that I feel like can help guide us to, manifest whatever it is we want to manifest and all that good stuff. But it took me to really understand what this law meant, to say, well, if everything is connected and everything is all the same, then doesn't that mean that my highest self already exists? Doesn't that mean that her is already here right now? And then I started listening to a bunch of different videos on the law of one in connection to your highest self. And I thought, well, if my highest self is already here, then that means that my highest self is already within me, right? Before I'm thinking about all these external things that I need to change to get to her, but coming into the realization of, if everything is one, then I'm already her. Why do I have to wait for a future event to set a boundary? Why do I need to wait for a future event to let go of this belief that no longer resonates with my highest self? Why do I need to wait? What am I waiting for? What are you waiting for? Is the question, really. If our highest self is connected to who we already are, then that means that one part of me operates as my lowest self, and then another part of me operates as my highest self. Who am I going to allow to lead my life moving forward today? I'm thinking to myself, 'cause this is what I'm asking myself. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to simply allow my highest self to lead me from here on out. So that means that anything that I do, any and everything that I do, from the moment that I open my eyes, what am I going to do? That means from the moment that I open my eyes, who am I going to allow to lead me throughout my day? Am I going to allow my lowest self to lead me, or am I going to allow my highest self to lead me? So that means when I wake up and I'm doing these morning routines and the hygiene and affirmations and all that, that's all good and everything. But when it comes to actually getting outside in the world and dealing with other people, who am I going to allow to lead? I'm going to allow my highest self to lead. And so what that looks like is Before I make any decision, I ask myself, what would my highest self do? What would she do? Right? So when it comes to making a decision, I'm not just being unconscious of how I'm reacting to things. I'm actually now becoming very conscious of what it is I'm agreeing to. If my lowest self agrees to something but my highest self doesn't, why am I going to sit here and dwell in that or allow that to dictate how I move? In the beginning it's it is a bit uncomfortable, right? But it becomes easier because if you think about it, what you're doing when you start this process of understanding that you don't need to wait till you're a future moment or something happens. 'Cause I keep talking about why are we waiting for something outside of us to happen for us to change? I keep talking about that. But it's like, how are you going to have something be a part of you and you don't operate in that? You what it's doing is it's retraining your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is already taking your lowest self to be what's true. That's why you feel like you have to wait for a specific time or for something to happen for you to be that person, for you to be your highest self. But when you decide to be that right now, meaning tonight, tomorrow, the next day, any decision that I need to make, I'm gonna ask my highest self, or how I get up and I move throughout the day, I'm gonna allow my highest self to lead me. Really understanding the fact that your highest self already exists and it's already within you. It's like, what are we waiting for then? When I had that moment, I'm just like, whoa, not not I don't need to wait. I don't need to wait. You don't need to wait. There's no need in waiting. It's called do it now. Be that now. Be that now. Be that now. As you continue to be that, you are going to continue to rewire your subconscious to where this conviction or this knowing of being becomes your consciousness. It becomes what you're conscious of. Right now, you're conscious of being your lowest self. So that's why you operate so easily being your lower self. But as you start to retrain your subconscious by being your highest self, you're going to easily just be your highest self. So when you walk into a room with other people, you don't have to be all self conscious, right? Instead, you'll be conscious. Baby, what? I had said I don't know, a few episodes ago, I can't remember exactly what I'm gonna say no to was because at the end of the show we do what are we gonna say no to? And I can't remember exactly what it was, but I know that I said something like I'm going to from here on out walk as my highest self. I said in any room that I go to, I'm gonna walk as my highest self. And with saying that, it brought on this whole epiphany of, yeah, I'm gonna walk as my highest self. It's already in me. It's already in me. I don't need to create it. I just need to be it. Because what's so great about the feminine energy is feminine energy is simply being. And if I'm going to be something, that's what I'm going to consciously emit into the world. And so I just think that if you want to be your highest self, but you're like me, you was waiting for a moment to happen or for something to come about and say, okay, now I feel like I can be this person because of what my external environment has told me. Don't. Just be her, be him, be it, be whatever. Be whatever that is. Be that now. There's no need to wait for it. There's no need to wait for it. Hmm. It's all about, and when we're manifesting our reality, it's all about being, is what I'm realizing. It's all about being that. Being. That's it. That is what feminine energy is. It is creating. Even though I'm not trying to talk about feminine energy, but like it's all just coming, right? Where it's like the energy of creating is the energy of feminine. And feminine, what do? We create. We give birth. We create things. So in order for us to create the reality we want, we have to be just that. You have to have some sort of unshakable knowing of what I claim to be, I'm going to be that. I don't need to wait for something. I don't need to wait for a moment because a lot of those moments that pass us up, that allow us to be that, we tend to take those moments and be like, "Oh, well, I'm actually scared to do what I should do by setting this boundary, or I'm actually scared to tell this person how I feel because I don't know how to express myself." Those moments that come where it's like, "Dang, why is this happening?" Where somebody expects me to stand up and be responsible for something. Why do all these things keep coming to me? It's because the universe is trying to give you the opportunity to be that which you say you are. So when that situation arises and somebody disrespects you, but your highest self looks like somebody who don't take disrespect, that means that when they come and they disrespect you, you're gonna remove yourself, and you're not gonna feel any certain type of way about having to remove yourself. You're just gonna remove yourself because your highest self has respect for yourself. So if anybody comes and disrespects you, it's like, what are we here for? What am I doing? You're gonna just you're gonna just go. And so when those moments come, and then it's like, okay, I'm being my highest self in these moments, that is going to then start to shape your reality around what you really want it to be. You're only going to allow people in your life that are going to respect you. The law of one is crazy. I'm really in love with that law because it reminds me every day that I don't have to wait because it's already here. I don't have to wait for it. I don't have to wait to feel the emotions of being my highest self. I don't have to wait to feel the emotions of the reality that I want. I don't have to wait because it's already here. Okay, y'all. So, okay, y'all. So, we're gonna go ahead and get into the last little part of this episode where we discuss what are we gonna start saying no to. And I'm gonna start saying no to allowing separation to keep me from being my highest self. I'm saying no to thinking that I need to wait for a future moment to be what it is I say I am when I can be that now. I'm saying no to I'm saying no to being disconnected from my highest self or feeling like I'm disconnected from my highest self when in reality that's not true because if the law of one is as real as it says it is, right? Then that means that everything is connected, everything is already here, everything is already is. So that's what I'm saying no to. I need y'all to go ahead and drop y'all's what are you gonna be saying no to in the comments. And I'm gonna see y'all next week. I'm about to get up out of here. Y'all have tuned in to another episode of A Freed Mind. And I'm gonna see y'all next time.